Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited because I will be sharing some valuable tips on how to get a higher score in the Ielts exam. And also I'll be sharing my own personal experience and I will show you how I've managed to get an overall 7.5. So stay tuned and make sure to watch this video till the very end because it's going to be really useful, especially if you are preparing for Ielts or if you are considering taking the Ielts exam. It's going to be really helpful. So watch this video till the very end. For those who don't know what Ielts is an international English language testing system that tests your language abilities. How well do you know the English language? So they're gonna check it. So Ielts is divided into 4 sections: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Each section is scored separately on a scale of 1 to 9, and then you will get an overall score, again, on a scale of 1 to 9, with 9 being the highest possible score. So my first tip is gonna be understand the test format. I feel like it's really important to know what the examiners are looking for and to know what you are supposed to do during the test. When you know the test format, it would be easier to navigate on the test day because you will know what to do and what you are supposed to do and what you shouldn't do. So you will know everything, and that will also help you to manage the test anxiety. So you will feel much more relaxed. So then you will not make more mistakes. You will prevent yourself making more mistakes. So understand the test format. So the first part would be listening. So in the listening part, you will have 40 questions. The listening part consists of 4 parts, and you will have 10 questions in each part. So overall, there are gonna be 40 questions. And then reading, you will have also 40 questions, but here in the reading part, you will be given 3 passages to read, and then you are gonna answer 40 questions based on the passage you are given. And then you are gonna have the writing part. In the writing part, you are supposed to write 2 essays. One is report and one is essay. So in the task 1, you will be given a graph or a chart, and then you need to describe it and you need to just compare, contrast, and show the similarities between the 2 figures, and you will show the similarities and differences between them. And then you will compare, contrast the trends, the graphs, and everything. You will be given like a chart. You will be given the information, and all you have to do would be to write a report, like describing the data that you are given, contrasting it, and then highlighting the main figures in the data. And then task 2, this task 2 is gonna be a 250 word essay. So here you're gonna write a formal, like an essay. This is gonna be an academic essay where you are supposed to avoid informal language. So this would be some kind of like discussion essays or problem solution and everything, like these kinds of like questions you will be given. To what extent do you agree and disagree? Like this is basically this is an essay that you are supposed to write. This is an academic essay because we are talking about here academic Ielts. So, and then after that comes the speaking test, but it actually depends because some people, they prefer taking the speaking test before their main exam or some after their main exam. So in the speaking part, you will have a conversation. Then, well, actually, the speaking part consists of 3 parts. The first part, part 1, here you will be asked some questions about yourself and about your hobbies, about your activities that you like doing. and about your work, about your studies. You're going to be asked some questions about yourself. The questions are related to yourself. And then part 2. Here in the part 2, you will be given a cue card, and then you will have the topic that you need to just talk about. For example, describe an activity that you like doing, or describe an activity that you would like doing. So you'll be given a topic, and then you need to talk about that for 1 to 2 minutes. And before that, you will have 1 hour in order to prepare your answer. And then part 3. The third part, here you will be asked some general questions, and the questions are related to the part 2. So they will have the same topic they will have. So you will be asked some general questions. Here in the part 3, you are supposed to talk about everything in general. Like, you're not talking about yourself here, but you can also give yourself as an example. But here we'll be talking about these topics in general, and you need to take everything into consideration, like all the people, the community, societies, like you need to take them into consideration when you are talking about them, because you are talking in general. So this is pretty much it about the test format. So now you know what to expect. Yes, during the test, you will not have that anxiety, because once you know what to expect and what you are supposed to do, it would be easier for you to manage your anxiety, because you will know what to do, and there would be no need to read the instructions. My second tip is going to be about finding your weaknesses. So I feel like it's really important to know what your weaknesses are, and which sections of the test are the most difficult for you. For example, some people find the reading part to be the most challenging one, but some people find writing really difficult. Some people find speaking, because they might find it difficult to speak fluently, maybe. So you need to identify what sections of the test are the most difficult for you. And then once you know your weakness, then you can work on that. In order to just find out your weaknesses, you might consider taking several mock tests to see what your weaknesses are, because you know that some people, they don't know how to figure out their weaknesses and how to find out their weaknesses. They don't know it. So you can just do that with the help of mock tests. You can just find out your weaknesses, and then you can start working on them. For example, in my case, I remember struggling a lot with the reading, but then I started reading a lot of passages and a lot of books as well, and it really helped me, I guess, because then I noticed that I am just improving my reading skills. And then I have just started understanding the passage better. When you find your weakness and then you work on it very consistently, you're gonna see the result eventually. So work on that. Just find your weakness and then work on that. Tip number 3, set a goal. So what do I mean by saying set a goal? So set a goal. This tip is basically about knowing what score do you need. Do you need a 7 or an 8? So you need to just figure it out. You need to just make it clear in your head. What score do you need? Once you have set a goal, for example, you want to get a 7. So this is your goal. Once you have set a goal, then work on your system. So what do I mean by saying system? So your system is the things that you do on a daily basis. For example, it might be, if your goal is to get a 7, and then your system might be to practice every single day on a daily basis, and then work on your mistakes and work on your weaknesses. So like practicing consistently, basically. So this would be your system. Like system is your plan, like what you should do, what you are gonna do, what you have to do. Like this would be your plan. So set a goal and create a system in order to make the process of learning easy. My last tip is gonna be about analyzing your work. Analyze your work. Once you have finished a practice test, instead of just tossing it aside, work on that. Like check your work. How many answers have you got correct? And how many mistakes have you made? Like work on that, work on your mistakes and analyze your mistakes and what led you to make that mistake and why have you made that mistake? What led you to make that mistake and work on that everything and ask these questions? Was it with the word that you didn't understand a certain word and then you ended up making a mistake? Like, was the issue with the vocabulary that you didn't know and then you ended up making a mistake? Or was it with the grammar that you couldn't understand a particular grammatical structure and then you ended up making a mistake? Like, was it with comprehension? Like, do you have some comprehension problems? Work on that. Like, why you couldn't understand that part of the text. Like, work on that and work on your mistakes and analyze your mistakes. Once you analyze your work, then you'll profoundly increase your reading score or your listening score, I don't know. So work on your mistakes and then you will see that remarkable result in the end. So work on your mistakes and then you can ask the next question. What can you do in order to avoid the same mistake in the future? What can you do? Yes, in order to prevent yourself from making that mistake in the future. So, and then answer that question. So you will increase your reading or writing score. You will just increase your comprehension as well. And then ultimately you will increase your overall IELTS score. So that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments and like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos and for more language learning tips. If you'd like more videos about listening tips, reading, writing, and speaking tips, I would be more than happy to make that kind of videos. So let me know in the comments. I will see you in the next video. Until then, keep growing and stay effective. Bye!